Hey guys, welcome to our audience content bonus episode.
Oh, nice.
I'm your host, Amber Nash, and here with me as always we have...
I'm Casey Willis, executive producer on Archer.
And...
I'm Christian Danley. I was an editor on Archer.
Today we're going to dig into all the awesome stuff you guys sent us this season.
Yeah, thank you.
Christian, can you put some reverb on my voice? No? Okay, cool.
Yes, I will.
Wow, we have so much stuff. And we have so much stuff that we had to put it in 2 different episodes.
Yeah, we're going to break it up, right?
Yeah, we're going to break it up.
We don't want to overwhelm people.
No, it's too much. We don't want people to get sick of this show after 14 seasons and a few episodes of our podcast.
We have a long way to go, guys. So.
Yeah. So this episode is going to be mostly all of our audio-based content. And then we're going to have another episode that's a bunch of visual stuff.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
Yeah, it sounds real good. You guys want to just jump right in?
Yeah, no, and I just want to I think it's really awesome that people sent us stuff. Like, all the time, like, it's just, that's really cool. I appreciate people doing that.
Yeah, I agree. And I have to say, like, we're not a huge podcast yet, but the people that listen are great fans. And everybody that's reached out has been so nice and so thankful that we're doing it and just super rad. I totally agree. And we were just saying this because we've got quite a few people we'll hear that are British that listen to our podcast, which I think is so fun.
That's cool.
Yeah. If their accents are to be believed,
right?
Then yes.
It kind of also reminds me of when we were making Archer, because we made the show in Atlanta, Georgia, which is not part of the Hollywood bubble.
That's right.
And so we never knew how people like the show until we went to something like Comic-Con or something like that. That's the only time we ever really got feedback.
Yeah, and it's the only way that the three of us yokels got to work on this show.
Yeah, that's true.
Thank goodness.
Oh, boy. Okay, let's jump into the first thing that I asked for. So this isn't all questions. It's all kinds of different content. One of the things that I asked for was quotes that people use around their house, in their life, with their friends. And we got stuff from a few different people, but we only got stuff from people named Ryan.
But to different people named Ryan.
Different people named Ryan, yeah.
But for the audience to decide who's who.
Exactly.
I'm not going to divulge their full names, but both of them are Ryan C's.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. And both of them, this is like your story about Dave Willis, where you guys you both have a dad named
Roger Willis.
Roger Willis.
Roger K. Willis. Both of our dads are named Roger K. Willis.
That's so funny.
And one is a successful airline pilot, and the other one is your dad. who I am a big fan of.
He's awesome.
I know Casey's dad, and I like
him. He's retired and in Florida.
Yeah, good for him.
Nice.
Wait, the good part of Florida?
Beach, Florida. No, not the good part.
Is there a good part of Florida?
His house is like right next to the main drag where they have bike week, and he is not a biker.
Oh my gosh.
It's terrible. The traffic's terrible. They're just loud.
The noise, yeah.
Sounds like a true townie. He's already become a townie of that.
There's
place.
a music venue, like outdoor little auditorium. It's only used for that bike week. So it's only used 1 week a year, and the rest of the year it's probably just a haven for possums and raccoons.
They have bands too.
Yeah, man, everybody got a chance to perform out there.
Speaking of, I just have to tell you guys, bad parts of Florida, and if there are any good parts. I was like, maybe the Keys. And then I was like, you know what? The one time I went to Key West, we stumbled into a bar and quickly realized that it was a nude bar. There was a man wearing like a bucket hat with a small dog sitting on his jacket. Thankfully, his raw butt wasn't on the stool at the bar. And I was like, Kevin, I was like more worried about getting a table. And then Kevin's like, have you seen where we're at? And I was like, what are you talking about? I look around and everybody's naked.
I was going to ask you how long quickly was for you and Kevin. How long did it quickly take you to realize?
When the bartender stirred her drink with no hands.
Ew, you'd have the stickiest wiener at the end of the night. Okay, let's get
That's
into
the least of your worries.
My
Exactly.
penis has bar rot.
Gross.
A little barman's keeper, shining right up.
Oh my God. Christian, do you want to play us the content from one of the Ryans?
Ryan C sent us two things, so this is his first.
Okay.
Hi guys, this is Ryan Carter from Denver, Colorado. My wife Liz and I quote Archer at an alarming rate, so I will just give you some of the ones that we use, putting aside the obvious ones like phrasing and danger zone. To this day, I always answer my phone, hello, every time. Whenever we have an interaction on the road with a Dodge, we'll yell, thanks, Dodge. Whenever we need to get going somewhere in a hurry, we'll yell, hammer down. Some of the other ones, stereotypes exist for a reason. WD-40 costs like a nickel. From the Archer Vice episode, when Agent Holly comes to the mansion, we'll yell, protective sweep, and that is so freaking unsafe. Whenever someone pronounces a word in an unnecessarily strong accent, like Buenos Aires, we will always yell, ugh, it's just us. You can say Buenos Aires. Whenever a potato is mentioned, we will obviously ask if it's Christmas. From the Welsh episode, whenever we can, we'll say, ugh, make sure he washes his hands first. From the space season, I will often say, oh, that is cask strength ear poison. And how dare you speak the truth to me. And lastly, one of the funniest ones from the episode where they meet Lana's parents, Dr. Kane mentions the mashed potatoes being 98.6 degrees. We have a 6-year-old, and whenever she gets sick, we obviously take her temperature a lot. And whenever we get a normal reading of 98.6, we'll yell, mashed potatoes. And we have her saying this too, unbeknownst. And one day we'll have to explain that to her. That's just a sample of some of the quotes that we use. It just illustrates the joy that your show has brought us and continues to bring us every single day. The only thing better than the show remaining on the air indefinitely is you guys doing this rewatch podcast. So thank you all so much. And if you ever need, we can give you more quotes. Godspeed, you meddling kids.
Awesome.
Wow.
That was great.
Ryan and his wife sound like a lot of fun.
Yeah, man.
What's funny is he's like, excluding phrasing and danger zone. Like, that's just a given.
Yeah.
Correct.
That's going to be in your vernacular.
Those are the commons.
Of course. Yeah.
You get a couple of those in every pack.
It's so fun. Like, so many of these things, obviously, you guys know this about me, I just don't remember. And I'm like, whoa, all these fun things that people remember about the show. It's so much fun.
Yeah.
That was nice. And Ryan has a nice voice.
Yeah,
Yeah.
very good.
Yeah.
Dulcet tones.
Yeah.
So, this is one of those things where it's like, I was today years old when I learned this.
Yeah.
But it was a couple of years ago when I learned this. Did you know that WD-40 is technically not a lubricant?
What is it?
What technically is it, Casey?
It's supposed to just like be a thing, like a thing that cleans out gunk and rust and stuff.
Okay,
And
I know it
has
is like
some lubrication.
It's used as a rust remover,
Yeah.
but you're saying that's what it's intended for.
Correct. And
Yeah.
most people, and then people nowadays are just like, yeah, just squirt WD-40 on it, but that's not what it's designed for.
Wow. And I mean, I guess if you were removing rust, you would maybe be making something less squeaky. That's the only thing I ever use it for.
Yes, true.
Yeah.
I bought a silicone spray lubricant.
Okay.
Okay.
I highly recommend.
Okay.
What do you use it for?
Yeah.
Hinges. Like,
Oh,
you've got a
yeah.
squeaky hinge.
What
just
you
spray
think you would put WD-40 on?
a rusty
this
lock. A treasure chest that I
Now,
found.
why did you feel like you needed something different than WD-40?
Because
just
I
like, I'm
found
sick of
out
this
that
brand.
WD-40 wasn't a lubricant.
You caught on to the scam.
But it
Also,
works.
I believe Adam told me that his dad calls WD-40 jizz. And it's just like he
Yeah,
doesn't
he's
know
not-
the other meaning of it.
Right.
He's just like, squirt a little jizz on that. and it'll work.
Ah, that's great.
Well, every time it'll work.
Oh, boy.
You know, I heard that jizz is not a lubricant, so you need to use something
No,
else. If
it
you're
is
gonna-
not a lubricant.
If you want a little jizz in there, you got to use
But
it.
pre-cum does have semen in it.
Yeah,
So-
it's dangerous. It's just as dangerous as all
Which
the other
ends
stuff.
up. Yeah.
In 7th grade, which I think was the first time we had sex ed in Georgia.
Yeah.
I
7th
I'll
grade,
remember
well
this
after most people have had sex in
I'll
Georgia.
remember this till the day I die. We had a female teacher teaching all the boys. They separated the boys and the girls and did the sex ed
Thank
class.
goodness.
Yeah. And she said, I guess they were talking about the pull-out method and how it is not effective as a
Okay.
contraceptive. And she's like, and why is that? It's because basketball. And everybody's like, what? And she's like, what do you do in basketball? You dribble before you shoot.
That's what the teacher said?
The teacher told us, you dribble before you shoot.
Do you think that she just liked that joke and she constructed a whole lesson to lead up to be able to do that joke?
Yeah, you know what? But it was memorable.
It
not,
was
Not
for
a
me.
single kid in that class got pregnant from a dribble. I bet you.
Yeah.
Bet you
Will you
that.
check that? Check up on that, Casey? Can you bring that up? Bring those records up?
Okay, I'll check it out.
How many of those kids got pregnant?
Is there another
All right.
Ryan that we need to hear from?
All right, here we go. One from Ryan, another one from a different Ryan.
I have no idea if I'm doing this right, but Archer phrase that I use all the time is 1, 2, 3, go herd whenever I lift something. Doesn't matter how heavy or light, I always say 1, 2, 3, go herd.
That's great.
So
you are
awesome.
doing it, Ryan.
Yeah.
You are doing it right. You know what that reminds me of?
What?
Is Chad Hurd, who works on the show.
Who I'm hoping to get for season 2.
Yeah,
Great.
that'd be so much fun. I asked Chad one time. I was like, we were in a car. I think we were like going to something that the producers were at. Like maybe it was the Emmys or something. Like we were going to a party or something. And I was like, Chad, is your last name Hurd or Hurt? And he said, are you asking me if my last name is Hurt? Or I asked, like, is it H-U-R-D or H-U-R-T? And he's like, that's not a last name.
It is if you're a professional wrestler.
I guess so. Yeah, I hope we get Chad, too. That'd be really fun. He's a real smart customer.
He is, and he's he's great at everything he does. Like, he was a comic book artist, and then he did Archer forever, and he's still a great comic artist. He's just awesome.
Yeah, like if I remember correctly, didn't Neil convince Chad to come work at Floyd County?
I think so.
Like,
'cause I
kind
think
of-
he had to move down from Maine.
Yeah.
Wow.
I think that's what it was, and I think now he's back in Maine.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
That's crazy. Go ahead.
I don't want to be too in the weeds about this, but I feel like 1, 2, 3, go herd is a funny joke, but also like an awesome character building little joke. Because it's like, oh, he obviously used to be a male cheerleader at a high school that had, or college that had a freaking cow as their mascot. So I just think it's so, I don't know.
Yeah.
I felt like it's a lot of world building for just a little line.
Yeah.
That's a throwaway.
That's such a great thing to mention because it's like, you know, how much the economy of words, like how much, because when you're writing something that's got to be, you know, a certain time long, you got to really pack good information in there. So that's really interesting to think about.
And I mean, we always praise Adam's writing, but that's, I think, a key to it. Like so many times you can be funny in writing if you like circle around a bunch of times and just talk, you know, but being tight and like hitting stuff, that takes real skill. So.
And I even think there was an episode where Gillette was like not enthusiastic about helping somebody do something, and he did like a real lazy like 1, 2, 3, go herd. Like he did. It was so good.
It's so good. All right, next we have a question
For
for
you.
Amber.
Question
me.
for Amber.
Let's hear.
All right.
And this is from Rihanna.
Rihanna C. Another RC. 3 in a row.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Hi, Amber. My name is Rihanna, and I'm from Australia. I'm a big fan of Archer. My partner got me into the show a few years back, and I think it's brilliant. One of my favourite parts of the show is the dream seasons, particularly Dreamland and Danger Island. I was wondering what you thought about these seasons and if you'd have had a historical time or genre you'd have liked them to explore. Thank you.
Oh man.
Oh, thanks, Rihanna. It's nice to know we have listeners in Australia, and I think actually we did pretty good in Australia, right? Like Archer was like big in Australia. I felt like
It
I don't
feels
know.
like
I just made that up.
I mean, I've only known a few Australians, and it feels like it's right up their alley humor-wise.
Yeah.
So Dreamland and Danger Island, I love both of those. I think we've talked about this a little bit on the podcast. Is that I think everybody that works on the show was excited for the Coma seasons just because they were such a departure, and it was so fun to get to do something totally different. And like each season, when I found out what Pam was going to look like, was like so exciting.
Right, and that like you're kind of touching on the design side too. Like the company was just like a buzz, like getting to do new designs and the airplane and the seaplane. Like,
especially after so many seasons, right? Like it was season 10 was the first one, right? Or no, it was 8, 7, 8, 9. 8, 9, 10. 8, 9, 10. Yeah, because Dreamland was the first departure season.
Yep.
Right. And I mean, gosh, like Dreamland was just so beautiful looking, and Aisha singing, and there was just so much cool stuff about it. And I know lots of people, like if there's a season people don't like, sometimes it's Dreamland because people are just like, it's just so far off from what the show is. But I absolutely loved it. And Pam Poovy got to have some really fun stuff in that season.
I remember editing the final sequence of Pam getting the letter, and I mean, we really spent some time on getting that, just like seconds, putting the right amount of seconds into those cuts, and that was awesome.
Like getting it was so sweet. It was so like, what a weird. I think that's part of the magic of Archer is like finding an insane moment and really making it sweet, and the audience all being along for the ride.
You bust through the layer of fart jokes to reach the true heart of the animation.
And then also still have some fart jokes in there.
Well, yeah.
Do you know, Casey, if when Adam thought of the three, like the Coma seasons, did he know what all three of them were going to be, or did it come one at a time?
He had a bunch of ideas.
Okay.
And it really just, again, I think we've talked about this before, but it bears repeating that Adam was the only person writing this show.
Right.
So at this time, right before Dreamland, he had written probably almost 100 episodes of Archer just by himself.
Right.
Well, let's see. I could total it up. We'll say about 100.
Let me get more specific. Never mind.
Yeah. But, he was doing something that he was excited about.
Yeah.
Because I'm writing right before that we did Archer Vice, and then we did a couple seasons where we went to L.A., and then the L.A. stuff kind of morphed into Dreamland, but really also the death of George Coe was one of the big inspirations for Dreamland, because he's like, how do I deal with this? Like, I mean, he was upset about it as well, because, it's somebody we've worked with for 7 years. So, but there were a ton of different ideas. One of my favorites was a season called King Archer, and it was just Arthurian legends, but as told by Archer and the rest of the group.
Wow. It'd be so fun if we were able to just make one-off seasons and we could go back and just do some of those. Yeah. That's so fun. I think that, I've said this before on the podcast, but I think that if I had a choice of what one of the Coma seasons could be, is Vikings. I think Vikings would be really fun. Yep. Or pirates. It's just some seafarers.
Sure. Sure.
Like the enigmatic sea people.
Exactly. I thought that Pam as a Viking queen would be spectacular looking.
Yeah, that'd be rad.
She's probably the Jarl.
What's a Jarl?
That's like the king of the
Wow. I don't even know anything about him.
Well,
If that one Viking Assassin's Creed taught me anything, it's that.
I gotta say, hearing this call makes me think a Archer v. Bluey episode would be really good.
Yeah, I was going to mention Bluey because any mention of Australia, my son is cresting his Bluey phase, but it's been a staple in our house for years, like for the last 2 years.
And is it a good, like for a kids show? Is it like good?
It's
that adults don't hate.
It's so good.
Awesome!
It's like way better than a kid show should be.
I have watched a few episodes, and the amount of tears in my eyes on these episodes, like I shouldn't be crying this much at a child's.
Wow!
My son that we're talking about, Elliot, is adopted, and there's an episode about Bluey's mom's sister has some infertility issues, and it's like so amazing. It's such an amazing episode, and it touches on so many wonderful and troubled, hard feelings, and man, it's great. It's a great
That's
episode.
incredible. How is it been on forever and ever?
I don't know. There's like 2 seasons. I heard they're working on a movie. There's a Bluey movie coming out. So.
That's so great.
It's on Netflix, right? And I think overseas.
It's on Disney.
Oh, Disney?
Yeah.
Well, it's great.
Yeah.
And
my wife will give you 3 episodes to watch, Amber, if you would.
Okay.
The one that really made me tear up was one where she goes camping.
Oh, and she meets Jean-Luc?
Yes.
Yeah.
Dude.
There's a time jump at the end.
There's a time jump at the end, and, like, they meet again as, like, they're in college or something, right? Or high school?
There are online arguments about... There's a point where Bluey's daughter comes to the house in the future, and everybody's trying to figure out who Bluey had a daughter with. Like, it's like... And, you know, they don't... You see the daughter for just a second, so like people are trying to speculate who, but we don't know. It's not official.
Are they half-hour episodes?
I want to say they're 11 minutes.
They might be 11-minute. Yeah, they might be.
I'm ashamed because I've watched.
We could do a bonus episode of just a watch of a Bluey.
Yeah.
That'd be awesome.
Yeah.
But not for kids.
Nowadays, if it's not a dinosaur and it doesn't have claws and teeth, Elliot's not as into it.
No.
He's really into dinosaurs.
I don't know how much you guys know about this, but I've also said that my crossover episode that I'd love to do is do you know who Lupin the Third is?
Yeah.
It's a Japanese, I mean, he was a manga character and an anime character, but he's like a master thief, and he has a crew that he runs with. And an Archer versus Lupin story would be amazing, because they both kind of share a similar, like, cocksuredness and bungling into stuff.
So there's some deep lore. I like stumbled into it on why Lupin the Third is called Lupin 3, right? It's like 3 Lupins removed from the original Lupin.
I don't know, but that sounds right, because he's not the greatest, even though he's the greatest. But it's been around forever. There's a Studio Ghibli version of it, of one of the movies. It's pretty good. Shall we move to another question?
Yes.
Let's do it.
Sweet.
All right. What do we got next?
We got some general questions. Next question is from Brianna.
Hello, Rephrasing Pod crew. My name is Brianna Lawson. I'm from Jacksonville, Florida. I am an accountant, but I'm like a cool accountant, not like Cyril, and I also do not chronically masturbate. My question for all of you is, if you could have selected a celebrity guest for Archer that did not make it onto the show, who would you select and why? Okay, thanks. Bye.
Oh my God.
Great question.
I love Brianna. Sorry, I mispronounced it. Brianna.
Yeah.
Also great voice.
Yeah.
That was cool. You can tell she's a cool accountant.
Yeah, you can tell.
Yeah, so Casey, you guys got some great guest stars.
We did. We really lucked out.
Were there any big fish?
Yes.
Are there? Were there some people that you never got, your white whales?
Yeah, the biggest one is probably Daniel Craig.
Oh, right.
And he really liked the show, so why couldn't
He
do
was
that?
really interested, right?
Yeah, he. So here's a quick story. Daniel Craig was in Atlanta filming something. Did Logan Lucky, was that a movie he was in?
Yeah.
It might have
That's
been
a
that
great one.
movie.
Yeah.
He came by the studio because apparently he was a big fan of Archer. And he was a super awesome guy. And
Is he shorter than you think he's going to be?
no, I feel like he was exactly the height that I thought he'd be.
Okay.
Yeah. Good. Good.
So
Good job, Daniel Craig.
he came by, and when somebody comes by, we usually give them a tour, and the tour is, we structure it in the way that the show is made. So it's like, first here is the storyboard department, and they get the script and they break it out. And so we would go to the different areas, and we go into the art director's room, and Chad Hurd had a background up on his screen, and he was going to kind of go through how the backgrounds were made. And Daniel Craig goes, "Oh, that's Lana's parents' house." Now that is a deep cut to know that was Lana's
I
parents'
certainly
house.
wouldn't know that.
Used in one episode.
Hey, right. So
Wow.
he had a lot of lore. And I remember, like, we had a big chalkboard in the studio, and like Ploy drew a really great like drawing of Archer versus James Bond, and he took a picture with her in front of it and stuff. And
Cool.
he was just so cool. And then the next day, we got cookies and milk sent to the studio from Mr. Craig.
That's
he's
so
like,
cool.
He's involved in the studio.
And I'm
So
sure he would love to do it. It does not take a lot of time to record an episode of Archer, but he's also a super busy dude. So
Yeah.
it just we could never make it work.
Man, what a bummer.
Do you guys have any Dreamcasts? Sega Dreamcasts?
You know, I was just thinking about, like, there's so many people that were like, would have been on my dream list that we actually got,
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah.
But one of the people that I thought of just now that would have been so great, because I can only imagine they'd be a perfect voice actor because they have such a distinct voice, and I'd be so excited to work with them, even though working on Archer with somebody isn't really working with somebody a lot of the time, is Jennifer Coolidge.
Oh, yeah.
I wonder if she's done any voice work. She's got such a great voice.
Probably. I thought you were
Yeah.
going to say Bobcat Goldthwait.
That would also be fun.
I looked it up. Jennifer Coolidge has done some voiceover for animated films and TV shows,
Oh, great.
including Aunt Fanny in Robots, Lazy Susan in Gravity Falls,
Oh.
and various
Oh, yeah.
characters in Monsters at Work and the Emoji Movie.
Ah, that's great. That's great.
Oh yeah, Gravity Falls.
You know, when you were talking about that, Christian, it made me think about like all the, you know, like Z and Tiffany did so many voices, especially in the later seasons. And Tiffany, like every time I'm like, who was that? And it's like, oh, it's Tiffany. And I was like, oh my God, it didn't sound anything like Tiffany, which is, you know, just a testament to her acting ability.
Well, Tiffany has been doing voices with us since C-Lab. She did like an announce. I think she's in Tin Fins or something. She's in. She does some announcement.
Oh, wow.
Stuff.
Like she was the like Entertainment
know.
reporter.
I can't 100% say, but
Yeah.
she did some kind of character like that for us.
That's awesome.
Yeah. And Z, it's just like, man, of course that guy can do anything. He can do any kind of voice. Like he's such a great, you know, voice guy. It's like him and Mark Meer. Like, yes, you guys should be voice acting on all the cartoons.
I loved it when my friend Mark Meer would tell me that my shields were low on Mass Effect. Shields low. Oh, thanks, Mark. I'll be sure to recharge them.
For this is not Archer related, but tangentially it is, because the Floyd County Productions also made a movie called America the Motion Picture.
That's right.
That Christian worked on. And there was a scratch track that was recorded by a lot of people and local actors that we know. And Z's scratch track was amazing. And I mean, he got really far in the process. And
Yeah, well, so we used a bunch of Dad's people from Dad's Garage, the theater we all worked at, and Z recorded the scratch track for the main bad guy. It was Benedict Arnold, right? Benedict Arnold's a werewolf in American Motion Picture. But he did this, like, puffy voice that was so great, and then we eventually got Andy Samberg to record the actual, because then we were able to replace people with famous people, which was like a big boon for us. So the amazing thing was Andy Samberg's comedy timing and choices matched up 100% with Z's.
Awesome.
Like they had the same pauses, and like when I was laying in the audio, I was like, this is exactly the same. It was so awesome.
That's great. That also reminds me that we did Scandal is the improvised soap opera we do at Dad's, and there was a season that we did where there was a character that George played named Arnedict Barnold. Oh boy. All right, we got another question from Damien.
Okay.
Hi, I'm Damien, and I'm from the UK, and I'm a massive fan of the podcast and the show, and I've self-proclaimed myself as Archer's husband. And if you could have added another Coma season, what would you have wanted the theme to be?
Oh.
I would choose either a zombie apocalypse or a western, but I want to see what you guys' ideas would be. Thank you.
Yeah, thanks for the question, Damien. We got more answers? Do you have more answers?
So another one that I remember, kind of related to zombie apocalypse, was one that Adam had come up with where it would have been a fake out where we think we're back from a coma and Archer's back, and then Archer for some reason causes a nuclear war, and so then we're in an apocalypse, and it would have been called Archer-geddon.
Nice.
So fun.
A western would have been awesome too.
Yeah.
Think about Deadwood, and it would have been just Deadwood, but our people,
Right.
in the various roles.
Oh
That
my
would have
God.
been awesome.
I
great.
mean, Calamity Jane
Yeah.
is one of the best characters ever in television.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Man, I would have loved to play a character like that. Okay, let's move on to our next question. We've got a question from Gregory, who is a big friend of the podcast. He is the Archer sketch cards guy.
Oh, cool.
Who posts about our podcast every week.
Oh, thank you, Gregory.
Amber, Christian, Casey. My name is Greg. Big fan of the pod. Huge Archer fan. It was a wonderful constant in my life for whatever that was, 15 years. I miss it a lot. I really appreciate you guys doing this, weekly podcast in season. That's something to look forward to. I really love the format, love the guests you've brought in, seeing, everyone back together. It's really great. I run the Archer Sketch Cards account on Instagram, so I appreciate the question you guys read last time. I have 4 very quick little questions for you.
All right.
I won't take up too much of your time. First question. Who voiced Scatterbrain Jane? I cannot find anything on the internet about that.
Do we want to hit that question first?
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think we actually
talked
referenced
about
this
this
in
before.
another episode. Yeah, we've talked about it before.
Casey, can you confirm?
Yeah, I believe we came up with we're not quite sure. That I think at one point it might have been Judy, and then later on I think it was maybe Tiffany in another episode. So I don't know if there's a definitive
Yeah, I could
answer.
easily see it being something that Judy just picked up in a session, like a real quick throwaway for the record, and then later she comes back, and it's like, oh, okay, well, now we got to do something more than just asking our friend to, do this.
I want to say the first time we saw Scatterbrain Jane, that's in season 1, she just does like a whimper.
Yeah.
It's like Lana's threatening her, and she's just like, huh? So that could have been anybody.
Yeah.
But then later on, like late, like maybe season 13 or 14, there's some office uprising stuff, and I believe Scatterbrain Jane is involved in it.
Nice.
You guys might have just gotten one of my whimpers, because every time I would turn the page, I'd whimper, and
There's more?
Oh, no.
All right, question 2.
Okay.
Do you each have a favorite guest star or just, kind of side character? My only stipulation, I would say, someone for Amber other than Allison Tolman as Edie, because Edie is so, important to Pam's backstory. So let's just separate her.
Okay. That,
Favorite
I would have
character or-
absolutely said Allison Tolman. So
Yeah,
Well,
for
too
sure.
bad. You can't.
Now I gotta
You can't do
think.
that. All right, I got one.
Also, go ahead,
I'll go
Christian.
first. I loved Milton, and so I've mentioned this before, but we had a really awesome sound designer. I mean, we had a couple of them, but JC I worked with a lot when we were making Archer, and anytime I could get sound through, like if I could get JC to like include the sounds that I put in the scratch track, it was like a big bonus. So I really worked hard on the Milton's printing being a voice of the character, even though he had no lines and there was no actual audio for him. So I'm going to go with Milton.
That's so cool because, Christian, people don't think about like the person that put the sounds together to make it sound like printing was talking. And it's like such a cool little like thing that it took so much tinkering and like it really paid off because everybody loved Milton. And if he was just a guy zipping around, like it wouldn't have been so endearing,
Well, like from the get-go, like that character deserved all of them. The design was so adorable. It was the idea was so funny. Like it needed attention every step of the way.
Oh, that's so sweet.
Didn't you guys, Amber and I think Lucky, meet Allison Tolman at like a TCAs or something?
Yeah, and she was amazing. It was, I think, it was the bowling party. What was the bowling party? Oh, the upfronts.
Those are the upfronts, yeah.
And it was, her first TV show, and so she was like us, where we're just like, we don't know all these famous folks. We haven't been to a lot of these things, and she was just so awesome and so fun. And she came from theater too, so we had a lot in common. And then it was the next season that they put her in. And then she came to Atlanta and was shooting something and came to Dad's Garage. And she's really, really, really lovely. And I've seen her at some other things too, like at Comic-Con and stuff like that. But that's not my answer. I've got to come up with a different one. Do you have one, Casey?
Sorry.
I mean, I don't know if this counts, but I love Babu, and anytime we would see Babu,
Oh,
Yeah.
it was always great. That's just like a recurring character. Favorite guest? In season 3 when we did Heart of Archness and David Cross was on.
Oh,
That
yeah.
was super fun. That was super
was
fun.
really
Especially
fun.
because, him and John Benjamin have such a relationship together, so that was
Right.
cool.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah.
First time I met David Cross, I don't know if I said this on the podcast already, but I was like really nervous because he's a big deal, and he was
Right.
he was moderating our panel at the Paley Center
Oh, wow.
in New York, and probably because he's friends with John, and so, and this was very early on. This must have been like one of the first few things that I did, like season 2 or something, and Graham Wagner was actually there.
Oh, cool.
No, so this was in L.A. Graham Wagner and his girlfriend at the time were there.
You mean showrunner of Fallout on Amazon,
Yeah,
Graham Wagner?
I do. Who's one of our
Co-creator and
old
showrunner?
improv friends.
Yeah. Yeah, we've
and
known him since he was in Iron Cobra,
Yeah,
our
it's so
favorite
funny.
improv group.
And we were sitting there, and he introduces everybody, and we're all sitting at the panel, and he goes, "So Amber, who are you? What's your deal?" And I was like, I don't know. It's like such a good question. That's what everybody wants to know. Who are you? What's your deal?
What's your deal?
That's awesome.
And then we all went out. No, this was New York. So we did 2 different Paley Center things, but the one in New York was where I met David Cross. And we went out afterwards, and we were like walking around town with David Cross and John Benjamin, and it was so much fun. And we went to dinner or like to
Is there a
lunch.
more New York thing you could possibly do?
I know, right? And we were sitting around this table at lunch, and this woman comes over, and she goes to John. She goes, "Where do I know you from?" And he's like, "Oh, great, one of those. Where do I know you from?" And he was just like giving her the hardest time.
That's awesome.
I really want to. Hopefully, for season 3, we can get David Cross to be on the show. That would be so cool.
That'd be so cool.
Maybe we could do it with John Benjamin.
Yeah, that'd be super fun.
And
That's our
because
in.
there's a really interesting relationship to Archer, besides them both being on it. The first season of Archer, we rented space in a studio named Radical Axis in Atlanta. Right before we made Archer, they were working on a show for Comedy Central called Freak Show that was created by John Benjamin and David Cross. So I think that would be interesting to talk about.
Yeah, that'd be really fun. I'll go with David Cross as my answer too.
Oh,
just so we can keep moving.
Yeah. Smart move.
Oh,
all right, you ready for question 3 then?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Question 3.
Do you guys have a favorite collectible item or memento from doing the show? Anything, just something that you kept or were given that means a lot to you?
Favorite collectible or memento?
Yeah.
I have a number one, and it was when we did. I'm actually looking at it right now. When we did the show at the Ryman Auditorium, we talked about this on the podcast. That at the Ryman, there's one guy that does all the posters. So if you've got your own poster artwork, you can hit the bricks, because whether you're Megadeth or Archer, you're going to get a poster from this guy. And the Archer poster that he made was so awesome. And we got prints of it. I don't know if Floyd County had those done for us or if we just took them from the Ryman, and they were framed, and it's still hanging on my wall. I have a lot of Archer stuff up. I've taken a lot down over the years, but that one's still up, and it's absolutely my favorite thing.
You have an awesome Pam bust in your house as well. It's beautiful.
Yeah, that came from Comic-Con one year. There was like a statue garden, and the
neat.
Pam bust was there. Yeah. And they had it sent to me in one of those Fragile crates.
Did you think it was a bowling alley for a second?
I did.
It could be a bowling.
I did. It was awesome.
Was Pam's sculpture the water fountain, or did she dispense a sunscreen?
She didn't do anything. She's just a bust.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. What was the one? Was there one that dispensed sunscreen?
No, I don't. I remember there was a bunch of stuff that year, and I didn't know if I think Pam might have been near the water fountain. I think maybe. Oh my God! I remember. She was supposed to have Beauregard, the dolphin puppet, and water was supposed to come out of Beauregard's mouth. Did that ever happen?
I don't know.
I can't remember.
Maybe it was a side piece.
Yeah.
That's great.
I'm gonna say that Matt Thompson had these little whiskey bottles made for season 7.
Well, actually, if I may,
Yeah.
that was
That's awesome.
Ron States made those.
Okay, great.
Yeah. Our illustrator on Archer.
I still have mine.
Does it have real whiskey in it?
Yeah, because Thompson said that he drank like 20 of these.
And one sitting.
Yeah, just get warmed up.
Those are cool. So they had, how many were made? Like, were they just made for the staff?
Just for the crew, yeah.
That's so cool.
Yeah, I mean, you can tell it's like all hand printed and stuck on. It's really cool.
There was also, that reminds me that if this was like season 1 or 2, Aisha's in the like cocktail biz, and she knows a lot of people in that business. And there was a friend of hers that I think owns a distillery, and they made us these cases. Did you get one, Casey?
No.
I'll have to show it on the podcast at some point, because Christian, I don't know if you've ever seen it, but you would fucking love it. So it's like a metal briefcase that opens up, and it's called the like something DICK, like the deep insertion kit, something. And it's got a bottle of whiskey. It's got Glen Gooley Blue in it, and it's got gummy bears and some cash and a gun. It's very cool. I haven't opened it in years, but it's behind my bar. That's another really, really cool thing that I still have.
I believe I have seen it. I think I saw Lucky's when I think Lucky got one.
Yeah, Lucky got one.
I got to see his as well.
They're so
really cool. And like with the cutout foam, so the stuff all sits in it. Yeah, really cool.
This isn't really a I don't know. I think it counts, though. I think it was so cool that we got Pam and Lana and Cheryl in the Sports Illustrated swimsuit issue.
Oh my God.
Yeah, man. That's awesome.
And so it's so neat. And it was just like a an idea that we had, and then pushed it to FX, and FX made it happen. That's so cool.
Yeah, I love that. And I have that framed photo, too, that's still up
And-
of Pam in her bathing suit.
Those drawings are so good too. They're so well done.
Oh, my God. It's so good. And that reminds me, one more thing, of the Colonel Sanders commercial. So I don't know if you guys remember this, but this is like, 7 or 8 years ago, and a bunch of different comedians were doing Colonel Sanders.
Yeah.
And I was like, man, I would love to do Colonel Sanders. And nobody's going to get Amber Nash to do Colonel Sanders, but maybe they'd get Pam Poovey to do Colonel Sanders. So I floated it to Casey and Thompson. And then you guys, I don't know what you did, but we ended up doing a Pam as Colonel Sanders commercial. Do you remember how it happened?
Yeah. I thought it was a great idea, and it was very outside the box, but yeah, they were just rotating colonels like every commercial, and it was really neat. And you had the idea, so we contacted FX, and then their business affairs has to take over.
Right.
And the next thing we knew, they were like, okay, here's the deal. You're going to make a 30-second ad. It's going to be... I wanted it to be like a national commercial.
Yeah, I know, me too.
I think it only aired in that one episode of... It was on the Dreamland episode.
Okay.
And so... and it happened like in the middle of the episode, and people were really shocked and didn't understand, because it like goes to commercial break, and then immediately it's Poovey interrogating Krieger, but I don't think it was Krieger, whatever Krieger's name was then.
Yeah.
And then you step outside. It was like good cop, bad cop. You step outside and come back as Colonel Sanders with like this special value meal. Put it down. And I remember my favorite part of the animation was the effervescence of the Coke. It was like, psst, and I was like, oh, that's really good.
Nice.
And
So
and
funny.
Krieger talks because the chicken looks so good.
Right. He wants that chicken.
Yeah.
That'll get anybody talking.
Hell yeah.
Is it possible that we could hear a little bit, just for old time's sake, of Val and Simon? Because when I learned that Christian did Simon in Frisky Dingo, I was very happy and surprised, because Simon was my favorite character on the show.
Nice.
Love what you guys do. Really appreciate everything. And I hope that, you guys keep doing it for every episode and just keep it going, because it really is just something I look forward to every week. And I appreciate it again. Thanks so much.
Oh, man, Greg's the best.
That's really nice.
Who was Simon? Remind me.
Killface's son.
Simon was Killface's son. He just mumbled. He didn't ever talk. Okay, I'll do it for you.
Yeah.
Okay. I didn't know that was you. Now that you're doing it, I'm like, oh yeah, that character.
Yeah, one record session for all of Simon's lines. But we started, Frisky Dingo is Simon's character from Frisky Dingo. At the beginning of Frisky Dingo became so, there was a lot of continuity. So we started doing a previously on Frisky Dingo at the beginning of each episode, and my favorite thing was getting to do Simon saying previously on Frisky Dingo. It's just that's...
Yeah, because different characters would do the previously
Right.
on. That's awesome.
I don't know what Val sounded like. I'm pretty sure it was just Amber Nash's voice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just
Can you
like,
say kick pants?
Oh, that was Trishelle, right?
That's not Val.
Kick pants.
That was right. That's right. Val. Yeah, I think it was just you.
Yeah. That was that was when I was a baby voice actor.
It's always so nice when somebody knows or remembers Frisky Dingo. It's such a treat. So.
I know. When I'm at cons and somebody brings a Frisky Dingo DVD, I'm like, whoa, you're a real fan.
Yeah. Somebody commented on YouTube that they felt like this whole podcast was just like to get somebody to watch Frisky Dingo. We mentioned it so much.
That's so funny. Okay, we have one more general question, and that is from Rachel.
All right, here we go.
Hi, my name is Rachel. I was raised in the States, but I'm currently studying the performing arts abroad in Canada.
Cool.
And my question is, whose idea was it, if you remember, to use magazine covers as foreshadowing? Also, my cat is named after Judy Greer, and she's the cutest cat ever.
Oh my God! Remember Judy's reaction to when she saw Rachel's
Is this
cat?
the Judy Greer the cat?
Yeah.
That cat. That was awesome.
Also, if I may, a small bit of advice to Rachel: stay in Canada.
Yeah, God.
There's no reason
man.
to come back.
We'd love to join you.
Rachel also has a really nice voice. I just, you know how so many people are like, oh my God, I hate to hear the sound of my own voice, just because
Yeah.
you're not used to it. But everybody's voices are so lovely.
Yeah.
So
Nobody's
my
got...
my wife was a radio DJ on the station here in Atlanta when I met her. She was like the pop radio afternoon lady. But she had when we just started dating, her test was how somebody sounded. If she couldn't handle your voice, then she couldn't date you. So
Wow.
that was a test I had to pass.
She turned me on to a term I'd never heard before, and I can't remember exactly what it is, but it's like they call it like barfing, like radio guys, like what that sound is. Do you know what I'm talking about?
No, but I'll ask her.
Yeah, ask her.
I'll get it.
Okay, do you know the answer to this question, you guys? The magazine covers.
I don't know, but I can give you, like, I don't know the specific.
Right.
You
It
know.
wasn't your idea, Casey.
No, it was not. And then also, sometimes there would be something specifically called out in the script, in the stage directions, reading a magazine called blank. But then a lot of times it would be reading a magazine, and then Neil and Chad and whoever was also in the art director kind of realm at that time would do a lot of research and come up with these awesome magazines and stuff. And then so sometimes there'd be like a little foreshadowing or a joke or something. I mean, one of my favorite things is a lot of times when they're reading a magazine, on the back there would be an advertisement for the Excelsior rigid airship. Mm-hmm. So it's stuff like that, keeping things in the world of Archer.
I would argue that the magazine foreshadowing is an extension of the L-cut edit that Adam was so good at writing. Right?
Yes.
So, and it's brought up on Reddit all the time in the Archer subreddits, but where there's a line that at the end of one scene sets up the joke at the beginning of the other scene. And I think that's like Neil and Chad doing that from a design level. Like they're looking to like set up a joke later on.
Yeah, that's great.
Yeah, that's so
example.
cool. Great answer, guys.
We did it.
You did it. So that's all of our questions. Well, one of the other questions I asked on Instagram was about Stir Friday.
Oh, right.
And we only got one answer back from Jazz. Do you want to? Can you play the Instagram post?
Let me bring it up.
Now, Cyril had another name for Stir Friday. We never find out what it is in the episode. I've even asked Adam Reed, and he didn't have anything for it. So, what do you think was Cyril's actual name for Stir Friday?
Nobody had an answer except for Jazz. And I don't even know if Jazz has an answer to this. Let's find out.
All right.
Cyril, God bless him, I think of as kind of a diametric opposite, especially in the first few seasons to Archer, and where Archer's whole charm and flair kind of comes from him being very obtuse and making those very obscure references. Cyril is not as intellectually nimble, to be very nice about it. So, I'm just thinking about it, I honestly wonder if his name for Stir Friday was literally just a basic Stir Fry Friday, and it never occurred to him that he could make the pun Stir Friday.
So he just called it Stir Fry Friday.
Stir Fry Friday.
I love that Jazz is not a Cyril sympathist like
No.
Christian is.
No. I love Cyril. I mean, Casey's mentioned this, but every bad aspect of him was just sort of foisted on him. Like it started as a joke, and then he just was like, "I guess I do that now." Like the masturbating, it just became a character trait through bullying.
Yes, he just takes on what people put upon him.
Yeah,
poor Cyril.
I mean, obviously, Stir Friday is the gold standard,
right?
Of what you would call it.
Yeah.
And
I always think of 4th of July too.
Oh, that's a great one.
Every year I'm like, I should have a 4th of July at some point.
Was
But
it
I never
a
do.
Archer thing or a C-Lab thing or just a Matt Thompson thing? 2nd, 4th on the 5th?
I haven't heard that.
It's like having a second party to celebrate the 4th of July on the 5th of July, 2nd, 4th on the 5th.
Yeah, that's awesome. I mean,
Bon Jovi Friday.
right.
What's Bon Jovi Friday?
That's from Frisky Dingo. So, Bon
And then
Jovi
Meatloaf
Friday.
Monday.
Meatloaf Monday. So, Bon Jovi Friday is when you have Friday off.
Okay.
And then everybody just kind of fucks around on Thursday and doesn't get anything done. That Thursday's your Bon Jovi Friday.
That's fantastic.
And then after a Bon Jovi Friday, after that weekend, you'll have a Meatloaf Monday.
You got to
And
soak
then
up all
somebody
the.
said, like, the singer, and they're like, no, you have to eat a bunch of meatloaf to absorb all that alcohol that you drank over the weekend.
You're right. I want to say though that that's from an Xticles episode because one of the things what we were doing in that was just all the jokes we were making in the office we put into the Xticles. That was what we did because that was a Floyd Count. That was us 70-30 house joke. Was us joking around about Bon Jovi Friday.
So why was it called Bon Jovi Friday? Because that's just like a cool band.
On Thursday, yeah.
And also, I think it might have been Mac Williams who said, it's well known that Bon Jovi would fuck around on Thursday if he had Friday off. He also had the Don Henley gum rule. I believe that's what it was.
What is that?
If somebody asks you for a piece of gum, you're obliged to give them your gum unless it's your last piece of gum.
Yeah.
Then you can say no because you have to keep that last piece of gum for yourself, and that's the Don Henley gum.
Why Don Henley?
I don't know.
You dummy. You're supposed to have so much fun.
I think that's the name of it. Was Don Henley.
That's so funny.
I wish we would have asked him. Now he'll never be on the show again.
No, never again.
I always think about this when I think about that 70-30 house, and it was we had a bunch of different Nerf guns, but we also had a Nerf rocket launcher.
Oh my god!
And one day, I believe it was Mac Williams, and it might have been a couple other people that were late. And Matt Thompson laid down on the floor in like sniper position and waited for people to come in late and would shoot the rocket launcher at them.
You're saying it's a rocket launcher, but I think you're just misremembering a little bit. There was a sniper. There was a 50 caliber sniper rifle that Nerf made that we had Thompson buy. We had it. It was like had the long barrel and like it was a terrible.
We had both, right? Didn't we have a rocket launcher too?
Well, we had a couple. Yeah, we had quite an
but
arsenal.
I think you're right. That might have been the sniper rifle.
Because I want to say he even like laid a blanket over him, like over the scope, so you couldn't see him in the hallway.
Suit.
Yeah.
Oh, it's ridiculous.
Yeah.
All right,
Straight
guys.
nut shot. Okay.
We have one question left.
Uh-oh.
And it's from Instagram. And we don't have a recording of it. I just wrote it down.
Okay.
Just listen to the last episode. What's all this about Amber wrestling in strip clubs? That's an anecdote that seems worth delving into.
Yeah, Amber, it really does. You threw it out one time and then never really elaborated on it.
Whenever people are like, give me a fun fact about yourself, this one always goes in because it is a crowd pleaser.
So what were you doing in strip clubs?
Good question. There was a man. Well, first of all, there was a show that Dad's Garage did. That
Travis Sharp and
Scott Warren. I think it was
Scott
born
Warren.
during Improvathon first.
Yes.
Casey, were you a part of this show too?
Yes.
Yes, I thought
The
so.
very first one, I believe, it was an improv wrestling show.
Yes,
And
called Brawl.
Called Brawl. The very first one, I believe, there was a ring set up with action figures,
right,
with a camera on it, and so that's how the wrestling was done.
Right, so it was improvisers doing a scene, and then we would cut to the camera feed, and it would be two action figures dressed as these wrestlers fighting in a ring.
Then it
and this
evolved.
was like in 2000?
I don't remember. But then
2001 maybe?
Evolved. Yeah, it must have been before that, because I eventually wrestled as well, for real.
Right.
So at some point, the toy ring was replaced with a real wrestling ring, and we actually did wrestling at the Improv Theater. Yes.
And real wrestlers came.
Yeah, we had Sub-Zero came to a show.
The Iron Sheik came.
Right, famously the Iron Sheik.
Oh my God! And so there was a man that procured these wrestlers for us named Stephen Platinum.
Yeah.
And when he was a wrestler, apparently he wrestled as the Lethal Litigator. And he was a heel. And so he knew wrestlers, and he was in the show, and he brought actual wrestlers to us, and they would put the stuff that wrestlers do to their bodies for people's entertainment is insane. So they'd put their bodies on the line, and they'd wrestle for us. And then Steve started teaching improvisers how to wrestle. Yeah. So he was like, if you guys want to learn how to wrestle, you can come down to this church in this alleyway. I've got a wrestling ring set up, and I'll teach you how to wrestle. And so I was like, fuck yeah, I want to learn how to wrestle. So I started going to these wrestling rehearsals, exhibitions, practices. And I was, the first day I woke up after going to one, I think I had whiplash, and I felt like I'd been hit by a truck. Like, it was fucking tough. Yeah, and if anybody was late to practice, there'd be a chop line where Steve Platinum would line everybody up, and he would chop everybody across the chest. And, it's not going to injure you, but it would hurt like fuck. Like, you'd have a bright red hand mark across your chest. And I think I was one of the only women that showed up to do this. Yeah. And so I got a few opportunities from wrestling with these people. And one of them was Steve reached out, and he's like, he had one female wrestler named Tara, who was incredible. And Tara also worked at a strip club and was a dancer. And he was like, we're going to start doing wrestling at this strip club, which, let me tell you what guys at a strip club don't want. A bunch of men wrestling. And so the music would stop, the dancers would leave, and then wrestlers, full-grown men wrestlers, would come out and wrestle for like 30 minutes, and then the dancers would come back out. So he was like, I need some female wrestlers, and I've only got Tara. Do you want to wrestle at the strip club? I'll pay you $75. And I'm like, I'm in. He's like, you'll do 2 matches a night, and they're bra and panties matches. So whoever loses has to strip down to their bra and panties. And I was like, well, I'm not going to do that. And he's like, you don't have to, because you're wrestling Tara, who's also a dancer. So she's going to lose. And, of course, she was actually a wrestler, so she knew what she was doing, and I didn't. So she made me look like I was winning, which is quite a skill. Right. And
that's really the real skill of it, right? That's the real skill of wrestling, is that the selling of the action. But you're also really hurting yourself, too.
Yeah, 100%. And I will tell you, when Tara hit me, she did not pull her punches. I was like, ow, I think I'm deaf in this ear. So I would wrestle at strip clubs with Tara, and she would always lose and have to strip down to her bra and panties. And that strip club's still open, and my dog's vet is near it, and it's called Pinups. It's in
Decatur. By the farmer's market. I've driven by that. Pinups. Yeah.
There's a bunch of auto repair shops, a farmer's market, and Pinups.
Yeah. It looks like exactly how you think it would look, too, from the outside.
You mentioned Sub-Zero. Yeah. I believe the wrestling character's name was Glacier.
Sorry.
No,
based on the IP Sub-Zero from Mortal Kombat.
100%. Because the guy who played Glacier. That was in WCW. There was a couple other guys that debuted at the same time, and they were just totally Mortal Kombat characters.
Rip-off gimmick, yeah.
But that guy, I think his name was Ray Lloyd.
Okay.
Could not have been nicer.
I wanted to say that too.
Gigantic. He's 6 foot something and huge.
Like in our little crappy
anything.
In our little crappy theater in Inman Park that was like in this old warehouse, he was like sitting in this crappy green room, but just being so nice and
so
just
cool.
like being a 90s kid, you know, like we watched WCW and like it was just, it was so cool for him to be cool.
Christian and I a couple times went to WCW, and one of my favorite stories was we did not have great seats. We had pretty high up seats, and it was during the time when Sting had the Crow phase, where he would have white and black face paint.
Talk about straight rip-offs.
Yep, and he would just come down from the rafters with a baseball bat and just beat everybody up. WCW sold Crow, the Sting masks that look like the Crow.
Okay.
Like 2 seats in front of us, a little kid had one, but he had it turned around on his head because he wanted to watch the stuff without the mask on.
Right.
Almost every 3 minutes, Christian would look around and look down and go, and grab me like he was scared. It was just Christian doing a bit through the whole thing, and it made me crack up every single time.
You keep looking at me. Yeah, that was fun.
Oh man, wrestling is so much fun, and we would go to Platinum Championship wrestling matches, and like I was a dancer for them for a while. I also can't dance. There's so much shit that I've gotten to do in my life just because I'm like, well, I'm funny. I can do it poorly.
Yeah, Amber, you're pretty brave when it comes to that sort of stuff.
Thanks, man.
Yeah, not me. I was in that show too, but I didn't do a stitch of wrestling. I played Troy Destro. He ran the brawl thing, and I didn't have to wrestle at all. I just had to be a jerk. It was so great.
Troy Destro is such a great wrestling name. It's like straight out of that world.
I was a referee to start out with.
Yeah.
Davey Davis, I believe was my name. And then eventually
name.
I was like your illegitimate child, and I got to inherit all of the
that's right.
wrestling. But Steve Platinum gave me a DDT onto a chair, and
completely safely, right? Like no.
No, he spiked my head right on that fucking chair.
Yeah.
It hurt so bad.
The lines
And
between
I had trained to do some wrestling. I have an 0-2 professional wrestling record.
Oh.
So I knew how to take the DDT. But I don't know.
Now,
Maybe
was it
there
the
was.
steel
I'm gonna give him the benefit of the doubt and say maybe there was some miscommunication. But I fucking got planted right on the top of my head on that goddamn chair.
Oh my god! It's amazing that nobody died. We wouldn't be able to do that show today. People would be like, "No, you insurance,
no way.
Rightfully
I don't
so.
know that. As an audience member, that I would want to watch that. Like I would feel so nervous for us if I was. But at the time, everybody was into it. I would say that the lines between real and not real got a little blurred in Brawl.
Yeah.
As far as the wrestling goes.
So much fun. But we met some great wrestlers. There was so like Deontay, such a great wrestler, such a great teacher. Like so many wrestlers took such good care of us because we didn't know what the fuck we were doing. We were the reason why it was dangerous.
Right. Right. Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah.
Guys, that was the last question.
Well,
that was
do
so
we have
much.
one question from email?
Oh wait. Oh, we do. Do you want to read it, Casey?
Okay, I'll read it.
Okay.
Dear Rephrasing Podcast, I am curious about the enigmatic sea people. You know, the ones that, the ones who were theorized to have brought about the collapse of the Bronze Age by pillaging every known civilization at the time. I was hoping you could tell me more about it, if anything. We really want to know about them. Also, when was the last time you thought about Quetzalcoatl, or the feathered serpent god who brought civilized thinking to the ancient Aztecs, then rode off on a raft carried by 2 giant snakes? When is he coming back, as promised? And it's written by Not Christian.
Huh. When was the last time you thought about this stuff?
Not too long ago, actually. I've been thinking a lot about the enigmatic sea peoples. So, yes, that was me. Guys, I'm sorry to have to admit it, but I sent that letter through my own personal email to our group email address.
When I was checking email, I was like, what the fuck is this?
Well, we did kind of cover the enigmatic sea people. But
Yeah, we did. If you want to know
yeah.
more, check out the bonus episode.
That's right.
Um,
That's
But
right.
do you guys have any thoughts on the sea peoples? Have you?
Now, Christian, where do I go to find out more? Like, is there a documentary about the enigmatic sea people? Is there a book?
They're featured in some documentaries, but there's not that I know of a single documentary about the sea peoples because we don't really know anything about them.
Okay.
But I would like to say that what we did, the most we know about the enigmatic sea peoples came from a relief sculpture in the temple of Ramses III. When he died, his mortuary temple, they carved this huge thing where his battle, he was like one of the pharaohs that was very into military and dominating Egypt. They fought the sea peoples on the coast of Syria, and so he just barely won that battle. And it's like so. But then the question is, how much of this is true, and how much of it is Ramses just saying how awesome he really was? But the most official record we have was they just barely fought off these attackers. And let me show you his sculpture.
Whoa.
So yeah, this is the relief sculpture, but it's so badly damaged that a person has had to illustrate it. So then this is Ramsey.
Wow.
Ramsey III, and then these are all the sea peoples. And
So there's a lot of sea peoples.
yeah.
You know what's crazy about this?
What?
Is most of the art at this time, because Christian and I both went to art school, so we'll know.
Yeah, you guys are art historians.
Well, everything is usually in 2 dimensions, right? And it's
Right,
all
yeah.
about pictographs.
Okay.
But we're seeing people falling over the side of a boat, so they're breaking that 2D plane in a way. And so it's very different even from the art at the time, I would think. I hope I'm not putting my foot in my mouth here.
No, it's like, but this is pretty late in Egyptian history, so they were kind of getting away from the more pictographic stuff. But yeah, I mean, there's like more action in this than you would normally see. And then there's some faces in that sculpture that these are the types of sea people that are depicted in that giant pictogram. And so
They just look like Greeks.
right. I mean, so that's why they think that it was this group that would flow through the Mediterranean, and every settlement they would come to, they would destroy that settlement, and then they would take prisoners and absorb them into their group until they became so large that they just swept through the whole Mediterranean and destroyed any civilized people that were near the water. They would just come in and kill you. And then
Do we have any idea what
disappeared.
kind of boats they used? Were they in small boats? Were they in one big boat?
Ooh, I mean, if we were to believe what is depicted in
right.
Ramses' sculpture, then it's just like longboats with guys riding in it.
Yeah. Yeah, right.
Kinda...
Whoa. That's crazy.
And so, yeah, so everybody knows that the Bronze Age just stopped. At some point, like, there was all this trade going on in the Mediterranean, and people were thriving, civilizations were doing great, and then it just all stopped. It all stopped, and these people swept through and like murdered a bunch of people. But so the theory, one theory is that they caused it, but another theory is that something else was happening. Trade was about to collapse anyway, and then these group of marauders just took advantage of a bit of weakness, and they grew stronger and stronger as they swept through the Mediterranean.
Whoa.
But I think it's interesting that there's like these huge things that we just don't know that much about. All we know is what Ramses bragged about in his temple.
Wow. That's crazy.
It doesn't look like he's going to win that, by the way, to me.
Well,
But do you see how much bigger he is than everybody?
Yeah, he's like 30 feet tall, Casey. His arrows have got to be the size of trees.
I have something about the Aztecs.
Oh, yeah.
But very tangential.
Okay.
When I was a kid, mid-'80s,
Okay.
for every summer we'd go back up to New Jersey and visit my grandparents, stay there for a couple months during summer vacation. Often they would drive us down to the shore, Jersey Shore, and we would go to Seaside Heights. At Seaside Heights, it was either a hotel or a motel called the Aztec, and it had this awesome snake motif, but in that Aztec style, like wrap. And I remember seeing it every time, and I knew, oh, we're there. We're at the
Yeah,
shore
cool.
because it was
Yeah.
like right across from the arcades and stuff where we'd go play skee ball.
Oh man.
And also, it was so early in this time. There were 2 coin slots on the skee ball machine, one for dimes and one for quarters.
Wow.
So if you played with dimes, you got a certain amount of tickets, but if you played with quarters, they would multiply your tickets.
Wow. That's that's
Very
old.
cool.
That's super old. And like my grandma at the beginning would get a roll of quarters and like split it and give my sister and I a bunch, and then we'd go play skee ball like all day.
Mm-hmm.
Then as we got older, we would graduate too. We both would get a roll of quarters.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was pretty great.
How much is a roll of
Yeah.
quarters? $10?
$10. $10.
That's a lot of bucks.
Yeah, it is.
Especially in the 80s.
In the
Yeah.
early 80s, I'm assuming this was sometime.
Yeah, mid,
like-
kind of probably early
Yeah.
to mid.
Had you seen Ghostbusters? That's how I rate. That's how I judge the 80s when Ghostbusters came out.
You know,
It was 85. Ghostbusters.
is 85 also Back to the Future?
It might be 84, but it's right. It's right there.
I remember going to see Back to the Future, and
Yeah.
I think it was the first time I had an opinion about a movie. After we
Oh, wow.
left, the theater, all I wanted to do was talk about that movie.
Oh,
And I
yeah.
remember we went to see Back to the Future, and then it was in a mall, and then there was a Burger King at the mall, and we went to Burger King. First time I ever had a bacon cheeseburger.
Oh wow.
So I just saw a movie that changed my life, like because I thought it was the best movie I've ever seen. I'm
Yeah.
eating a bacon cheeseburger, which is amazing. I never had that before. And then we're just me and my cousin, and we're just like talking about a movie, like and then it was great.
Cool. Yeah. What
This
a
is going to be the
formative
next
memory.
series on Netflix.
Like instead of Stranger Things, it's just
Yeah.
a kid eating a burger.
bacon cheeseburgers.
An awakening. A true awakening.
What if Christian was like, Casey, the bacon cheeseburger didn't come out until
You
1993?
time traveled.
What? Guys, that's our bonus episode.
That was
Volume
great.
1. Yeah.
Man, it was so cool to have people ask us questions and interact with us.
Totally.
That's very
And
cool.
I'll just give you a little teaser. The next bonus episode that we're going to do with audience content, we have a bunch of people's tattoos.
All right.
We have a bunch of people doing cosplay. So we'll get to see a
nice.
bunch of pictures of people. So
Great.
if you don't watch us on YouTube for that episode, you might want to so you can see everything.
That's a good idea.
But this was really fun, guys. It was fun to jump back in for
Yes.
a little
Yeah.
bonus.
All right, we'll see you next time.
See you next time.